Sacha Jafri, welcome to Success Decoded.
Hello, Maz. Good to see you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here, Sacha, because you are considered one of the greatest artists of our time.
That's kind.
It's true.
That's kind. Thank you.
It's really true. I mean,
I'll take that.
I've read so much about you and about everything that you've done. Let's start off with how your day looks like. Like, how does an artist of your caliber, how does your day look like? Like, what did you get up to today?
Today's not a good example of my day, because the last 3 days I'm working on this painting. It's really beautiful, actually, and I didn't think it would be. And it's been harder to connect recently. You know, the way what I connect to create. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's you miss it, and it's been harder.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how this would turn out, and it's been a 5 a.m. 3 in a row on this piece, and then suddenly last night it became so beautiful.
Wow.
So I woke up today about 11:30 a.m. because of these last 3 nights.
Right.
But normally, what's my day? I don't know how to explain that, because every single day is different.
It's different, yeah.
I wake. I'm not an early guy. That's for sure, because I go to bed really late.
And you're an artist, so
and
you
I'm an
can't
artist.
Restrict yourself.
Yeah, but things have changed, because when I was younger, I used to paint through the night. I could paint 72 hours without stopping. I could and now I have to be slightly careful, a bit more sensible. Mm-hmm. I prefer to wake up earlier, get some exercise in, keep that energy up, and then I get to the studio. Okay. And from there, it's normally like sort of brainstorming with the team. What have we got going on?
Yep.
How do you guys buy me time? Because that's the way I see my existence.
Yep.
I try and simplify everything, and it's a case of how you're going to buy me time so I can create. That's all I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of what I do. That's a terrible answer.
No,
but it's hard to explain.
So how do you go from creating art to then calling yourself an artist?
Okay, that's either like a really simple question, or it's actually more profound than you think. Okay. And I think it's quite profound, because I think if you call yourself an artist, you're not an artist. Okay. Simple as that. So I think the whole point of being an artist is actually really simple. Mm-hmm. And a lot of artists get it wrong. Mm-hmm. The big names, the ones you know, a lot of the big artists you know, get it wrong. What you really want to be doing. So a lot of these guys will concentrate on how to market the product, where to place it, how to sell it, and even how much to sell it for, before they've even created, before they've even started the creative process. Okay. Others, slightly better, will focus on the creative process. Mm-hmm. That's slightly better, and then they'll see what happens out of that. Mm-hmm. But again, that's wrong. What you want to do, and the only way to do it properly, is not to focus on what you make or create. Okay. But focus on how you live your life. Wow. Focus on living a life of grace, with compassion, with empathy, with love, with intention. And then every now and then, you'll borrow a moment. Something magical will spill out of you. But you have to remember, when that happens, you have to remember 2 things. 1, that it's only a moment. Mm-hmm. And 2, that you're borrowing it. Wow. So when you finish, you give it back and you say thank you. And you give it back with grace and gratitude. Mm-hmm. When you do that, when I do that, those moments keep coming. And it's beautiful. And it's the most beautiful, humbling experience. Wow. But when you forget to give it back and say thank you, and you engage the ego, and you say, look at me, look what I've done, look what I've created, those moments stop coming. Oh. People call that writer's block or creator's block, when the moments don't come, you don't have inspiration. There's no such thing. Mm-hmm. It's when you stop living a life of grace. It's when you stop understanding that all you've done is borrow a moment, and you should be grateful to be part of that moment. And that's what I try and do. And I think if you focus on how you live, every now and then things will spill out of you that have meaning and poignancy. Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing is, I think, which I find strange, is that very few artists do that. And to me, it's like, it's the only way to do it, because it doesn't matter how beautiful that thing you create is. It doesn't matter how beautiful, how intricate, how incredible that thing you've created is. If you as the artist are not living a life of grace, compassion, empathy, love, then the thing you make has no meaning in our world. And that's, I think, the best way to look at it and the most important thing to concentrate on.
Wow. So you're almost like, you're almost saying that you're a vessel really for that kind of messaging or that kind of
Yeah,
moment.
but I think, yes, but I think that sounds a bit self-important and arrogant and whatever, I think that sounds a bit self-important, but yes, but you're only a vessel through humility and gratitude.
Yeah.
You're only a vessel through surrender, which I think is the key to all of it, because I've been painting 26 years now. It's a long time. That's all I've done. For 26 years, that's
Amazing.
all I've done. And that's weird. That's a long time to just push paint around. And the important thing on that journey that you have to keep is you have to keep like reassessing what you're doing and thinking, is it worth it? Is it meaningful? Am I putting things into the world that matter?
Yes.
Because otherwise you can't just keep pushing paint around for 26 years. You have to have some meaning, some poignancy beyond the thing itself. And so I'm always searching for that and I'm always questioning that. And on that journey, I think I've learned a few things. And I think the most important thing really is that the best thing that you can give yourself, the only real power that you can ever have is simplicity and clarity within your own being.
Yeah.
And to not force things, to not force like adjectives on yourself, like I must be humble, I must be in surrender, I must be loving, I must be grateful. To not focus on that, but to embody those things.
Okay.
And I think there's a big difference. When you actually embody humility, something changes inside. And you don't have to be reminding yourself of it because you've embodied it. And that becomes very powerful because it creates clarity. And we lose that sense of direction and power when we lose clarity. It's as simple as that. So with that, I found the most important thing I learned on that journey was that we're made of energy. And we communicate at our most poignant, our most powerful.
Through energy.
Through energy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, lying in our world, a lot of manipulation, a lot of agenda. People lie. And you're confronted with it all the time. Energy never lies.
Yeah.
So what I sort of realized was if we're made of energy, we communicate at our most poignant through energy.
Yeah.
The important thing to realize is the energy we emit is made of our intentions.
Yeah.
When our intentions become questionable, when they become agenda-filled, financially driven, socially driven, ego-driven, we emit static. Our world is full of static. I feel it everywhere. Energy can't transmit through static, hence the breakdown of humanity in basic terms.
Yeah.
So what I try and do with my work is I try and focus on purifying my intentions to such a degree that when I lay paint with pure intention, it vibrates at a higher frequency.
Yeah.
It enters the soul. It goes some way to changing consciousness.
Yeah.
And hopefully it helps with the reconnection of humanity. If I can put enough work out there vibrating at that level.
Yeah.
So that's really what I focus on is not the painting, not the action, not the creation, but the purifying of the intentions and the energy I'm emitting.
Yeah.
Because the only legacy we really ever leave this world, we're obsessed with legacy. We're obsessed with, how do I find happiness? Validation, all these things. And it's a really bad way to go. Where we are as a humanity at the moment, like the direction we're going in is just like so destructive.
Yeah.
And if we realize that the only legacy we leave this world is the energy we emit and the vibrations we leave behind, that's it. That gives us a real sense of clarity. That gives us something to really focus on. And that makes this whole journey so much more beautiful.
I mean, I guess there's so much clutter in this world and there's so many different mixed messages. How do you get that clarity? Like if somebody's, watching and they're not necessarily, for example, in the art world and just in life in general, you should have pure intentions, in everything you do. How do you get that clarity so you can excel in whatever it is you do? I guess it's very high level. I mean, it's difficult, right?
By two things. I think by constantly questioning yourself, because you have to constantly question yourself. You can't stay, it's like you can't stay in a euphoric state for very long.
Yeah.
You can't, I find moments of very heightened connection, almost like an enlightenment state. But they're moments, and it's hard to sustain those or stay within those because we're human.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole point of the journey, is our humanity, is the fact that we can't stay in those states. Therefore, reaching them becomes even more incredible.
Yeah.
But the only way you're going to reach them more often and stay on that path of clarity is by constantly questioning yourself. Okay. And constantly sort of saying, am I emitting an energy that is pure? Am I connecting with this person in front of me with love, empathy? Am I loving without agenda or ego? That's the key.
Yeah.
Because, and I think the best way to do that, and answer your question, the best way to do what you're asking is something weird. It's to connect to the inner child. Because our child, well, it's two things really. The greatest gift we're ever given is our childhood.
Yeah.
And yet, it's the first thing we're taught or encouraged to move on from, to become an adult. But our inner child is our essence.
Yeah.
It's our purity. It's our magic. It's us. It's who we are.
Yeah.
And we move so far away from that. And that's when all the problems begin. And in reality, we as adults should focus all the power we have on connecting to our child and keeping our child alive inside us forever.
Yeah.
As hard as we can, because that is our essence. We get a long way away from that sense of purity. And that's when all those problems happen. And that's when it's harder to keep that sense of clarity. And it's only because we've disconnected from our inner child.
Yeah.
The best way to do it, weirdly, is if you have a photograph of yourself, like we're in our 40s, 50s, late 30s, that type of age, you're a long way from your inner child and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And everyone is. If you have a photograph of yourself, maybe age 3 or 4, no more, 3 is good, and you just put it on your wall in your bedroom or wherever, somewhere in your house, just a photograph like this, just frame it, show it love, show it respect, frame it, put it on the wall. Look at that photograph every day. Look at it every morning, and something magical will happen. I guarantee you, because you'll look at that photograph and you'll say, this is who I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
This is who I'm living for. That sense of purity. My essence. We all have this beautiful individual state, but only when we connect to our essence.
Yeah.
Otherwise we become copies of each other. We become nothing. We become disconnected. So that's a beautiful thing. And the best example of that, to really prove that point, is if you put something really amazing. If you put 4 kids under the age of 5, they have to be under the age of 5.
Okay.
After 5, it's too late,
okay.
Sadly. I mean, that's sad, right? Yeah. But 4 kids under the age of 5 in a sandpit. From every nationality, different religions, financial backgrounds, nationalities, colors, creeds, put them in a sandpit to play. They'll only ask each other 2 questions. Not out loud, but here. They'll look at the other person and they'll say, are you kind? Will you play with me?
Wow.
That's it. Imagine if the adult did that. Imagine if all we did when we met was say, are you kind?
Are you kind?
Let's talk. We don't, because we're full of agenda.
Yeah.
So if we can reconnect to our inner child and we can connect on that level with intention, the world changes like that.
Wow.
So that, I think, is the thing to focus on.
That's so beautiful. I definitely need to do that. I need to get a photo of my inner child.
It's a really weird thing. Like your little 3-year-old self, and you look at it And after a
It's a
while, something
reminder.
will happen. It's so weird.
So, Sacha, you have created some art for a lot of celebrities, world leaders. These are just some on record. I'm
Okay.
sure there's many more.
There
The
are
art
quite a
world
lot,
is
yeah.
private. Barack Obama, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, Madonna, Eva Longoria, Paul McCartney, David Beckham.
Sir David Beckham.
Sir David Beckham. Rafael Nadal, Will Smith, King Charles, many royal families around the world. And that's just to name a few.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
When people ask it or point it out, it is a bit weird, yeah. But to explain how it feels is hard. It feels a bit surreal. It feels like a very sort of beautiful thing, a very humbling thing.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I think maybe why that's happened is something my dad taught me when I was little.
Okay.
And, you know, when you teach your kids something, you can't tell them something.
Okay.
It doesn't work. They'll listen to everybody else except you.
Yeah.
So they won't take advice from you, or at least they won't show that they're taking it. The only way you can really teach your kids is by being that thing you want them
Okay.
to see or learn or
Yeah.
understand. And then it all gets absorbed like osmosis. It goes into them, and later, much later, they realize how important that is and how it's part of them and why it's part of them, because
Yeah.
you showed it to them. So my dad, he still is the son of an ambassador.
Okay.
His dad's passed now, but he was an ambassador, actually first Pakistani ambassador in 1947, the
Okay.
creation of Pakistan. And obviously he had many posts, right? So he did Australia, he was all through Europe, Italy, Brussels, and last post was London.
Okay.
Anyway, so he met everybody, obviously, because that time, it was a fascinating time, right? In the world, 1947,
Yeah.
right through the 60s. Very fascinating time with a lot of things happening and a lot of sovereignties changing, you know, a bit like now.
Yeah.
And so he met everybody. And I think he passed this on to my dad, and my dad passed this on to me, which was that the most important thing you can do is to treat everybody the same.
Okay.
Whether it's the king of the country or the guy that sweeps the streets or cleans the loo.
Yeah.
The king of the country deserves no more love and respect
Yeah.
than the guy that sweeps the streets. We think or we hope we do that,
Yeah.
but we don't. And I think if you can really do that and really embody the understanding of what that means, something really changes. You don't look at people anymore in status.
Yeah.
You connect through energy, and something really beautiful happens. So I think, you know, when you list those names,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see them as this, you know, like
Celebrity.
figure, but more someone who's incredibly good at what they do.
Yeah.
You know, Obama, one of the greatest speakers there's ever been, a very beautiful man. Federer, one of the greatest tennis players there's ever been.
Yeah.
Beckham, one of the greatest footballers there's ever been. Madonna, one of the greatest
Yeah.
showwomen there's ever
Yeah.
been. Incredible at their craft.
Yep.
And that's what I connect with. And that's
Okay.
what inspires me, not their sort of celebrity status.
Their status. How does that work for someone who doesn't really understand in the art world? Do they approach you and they say, Sacha, I've seen your work? Or do they go to a gallery and they choose one of your work? Or do you need to make something specifically for them?
Well, it's different in every single case, right?
Okay.
So Madonna was an interesting one. She was with Guy Ritchie at the time.
Yes.
I had a show in London,
Okay.
my first big solo show. And weirdly, like, I didn't invite her. I don't know who had. I don't think anyone had.
Okay.
But suddenly Madonna and Guy Ritchie were in the gallery, and I was walking around, and I didn't really notice at first. Someone pointed it out. And this was a big deal. I was like 24, I think.
Okay.
And Madonna and Guy Ritchie then were probably the most famous couple in the world
Yeah.
at that time, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm 49, so it's 25 years ago.
Right.
And anyway, it was a big deal, right? And she is a massive art collector. I don't know if people know that, but and he is a really cool guy. Sadly, they're not together anymore, but he's an incredible creative. Like he works on a different level. He's a tricky guy, but he's an incredible guy. And so whatever, they bought 8 paintings, which was unbelievable. So sometimes it happens like that.
Okay. Sometimes
the person's team will connect with my team and say, hey, we're doing this big charitable gala in Amphar, let's say Cannes. I did a big one for Spike Lee recently in Amphar. They had some amazing people there because obviously it's Cannes Film Festival, it's the big one. And they approached me and said, can you create something live for our gala? And we want Leonardo DiCaprio to come up on the stage and to unveil it with you and to do something really cool with him and maybe create something with him on the stage. And most of these guys are massive art fans, right? The actors and those guys in that industry and the singers, because they're creative, so they understand the passion.
That world,
Yeah, they understand it and they can see when it's real. You can't fake it.
Yeah.
You really can't fake it. Yeah. And if you do, you might get away with it for 2 years. That's about it. So yeah, it happens differently every time. And sometimes I'll be approached by that person's team to create a painting to celebrate their life or their career.
Wow.
Or a specific moment in history, like the coronation of King Charles.
Yes.
The London Olympics. Then with Federer, his retirement painting. With Tendulkar, his retirement painting. With Kohli, his record-breaking painting when he scored the record-breaking runs.
Yeah.
Different sporting things, quite a lot in the sporting world. And it's really cool. It's exciting. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's very cool. Do you have to sit down with them and kind of feel the energy before you create something?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'll read a lot, look at a lot of photos. What I do, because I paint from a very deep meditative state. My brainwaves go into theta.
Okay.
They put pads on my brain. They found my brainwaves go into theta.
Wow.
Theta is a state of surrender. You can't create from a state of surrender. It's a contradiction. Mozart did it and Beethoven did it, but no artists have ever done it.
Wow.
So they found it fascinating that my brainwaves went fully deep into theta. And yet I was creating. And I found that really interesting. So I started looking into it more and found that I was in this incredibly deep meditative state, which is basically a trance, like a full trance. And I then get in this full state of surrender. And as you sort of alluded to, maybe I connect to something up there.
Yeah.
Some people call it, say I download source or whatever. I connect to universal consciousness or the energy of our world. I can't always get there, but when I do, it's this light that just goes through me and just releases.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful. If I'm painting from that state, okay, it's a bit like if you want to learn to be a really great tennis player or you want to learn to do anything really, really well, you want to be a great actor as well. You have to learn your lines or learn the technique of the shot to such a degree, to such a high skill that you can then forget it because it's part of your body.
Okay.
It becomes part of the mechanics of your body, right? So it's the same with me with painting. I have to focus on my conscious time, filling it with that connection between mind and body in a state of surrender, whereby when I am in that state, I'm not thinking. The brain is completely disengaged.
Yeah.
The brain has to be completely disengaged and I have to engage the soul. And for that to happen, I have to sit with the person, really understand them, absorb everything.
Yeah.
So that when I'm in that state, I'm forgetting it all, not thinking about it, and all that's sort of downloading and it's going straight through here without any blocks, and without any engagement of the brain.
Wow. Do you think everybody, if they tried, could they get into that theatre sort of state? And I mean, not the average person, but also like, do you think everybody in their field should try and do that, download messages? Because I feel like on an everyday basis, the universe kind of gives you messaging, right? But our brains are so cluttered that we probably ignore them or we don't see it.
Okay, what's the question?
Oh yeah. Do you think everybody should
You're
try
on
and
something
connect?
here, Maz.
I'm trying to open up.
I hear you. Well, yes.
Yeah.
But yes, because everything changes.
Yeah.
But you have to realize it's hard work. It takes not 5 years, not 10 years, 15 years. Took me 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, men don't work stuff out till they're pretty much 50, by the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So the ladies out there need to know, don't bother with a man under 50. We don't know anything. Women work it out around 35.
Yeah.
We don't work it out till we're about 50.
Okay.
So it takes you a really long time, but when
Yeah.
you get there, it's a beautiful thing. I don't think you can speed the process up much, but you can speed it up a little.
Yeah.
And it comes only, if you want to make things simpler and find that sense of clarity, it comes when you can really get in a state of surrender.
Okay.
This is limited. This will block everything. Everything that's coming,
Yeah.
this will block.
Right.
So if you think about it, our world, our universe, every moment we're emitting an energy. Every single moment we're emitting an energy. Every interaction, every moment, every glance, it's an energy going into our universe. Once it's emitted, it has nowhere to go. It's there forever. Can't dissipate, can't disintegrate. It's energy. It's there forever. So our universe is full of thousands of years of humanity's energy, not only from human beings, but from the plants, the trees, the rivers, the mountains, the crystals, the stone.
Yeah.
It's all there. The only way you're going to connect to that is to really understand how to surrender.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is, there's no real shortcut, but you have to start with meditation. You have to start with the movement of the body.
Yeah.
And you have to start with intention. If you start with intention and you focus on purifying your intentions and you focus on purifying the energy you emit,
Yeah.
you will get to that point eventually through intention of surrender. And then you will start tapping into, connecting and downloading the beautiful energy that is there.
Yeah.
And from that, creation can happen on a higher level, a higher vibration, a higher frequency.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing thing. But there's definitely no shortcut.
You have to live,
You have to go through that journey.
Go
And
through that journey.
what the best way to do it, the simplest way to do it, because meditation to a lot of people is like, oh God, really? And like, oh, I don't have half an hour, or I can't think about nothing.
Yeah.
It's not about that. That's not meditation. The best way to start, set an alarm for 7 minutes. 7 minutes, and set an alarm, because when you start meditating, you're like, how do I start? How do I end? What do I do? Or you listen to some tape and they take you through a journey. That's nonsense. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
Don't do that. lay an alarm for 7 minutes. In your brain then says, okay, I've only got to do this for 7 minutes. That's nothing. I've been on the loo for longer than that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Especially men.
Yes, right? That's nothing. Okay, so now the brain's going, okay, I'm fine. I'm relaxing. I'm surrendering to this. Okay, that's step one. Then all you have to do in those 7 minutes is close your eyes. You don't have to get in some weird meditative position. You just have to connect your forefinger and thumb like that. Your other fingers have to do that, and you can sit however you like, right?
Yeah.
But your arms have to start resting. And then all you do is you breathe in light.
Yeah.
And you feel light going in through you, down your neck, into your chest, down your legs, all the way down your feet, filling your body with light. And you breathe out the darkness. If you breathe in light and out the darkness, you will clarify your whole being. And something beautiful will happen. You yourself will vibrate at a higher frequency. We all have the darkness. It's around us. It's filling us all the time. We need to expel it, and we need to extract and bring in the light. When you do that through meditation, just for 7 minutes a day, you'll get to that point that you're talking about. And the weird thing is, if everyone in the world learned to sit in silence for 7 minutes a day, the world would change like that.
So true.
That's what really needs to happen.
I think, there was a very famous quote that our biggest problem, especially around COVID, was that people realized they couldn't sit in silence with their own thoughts and their own energy. But we were all at home you know, and that was a real struggle.
Their own thoughts were creating a lot of problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scenarios that people create in their head, but it's funny. I mean, I do this thing called the 6-phase meditation every morning with, so it's like the guide is through Mind Valley, Vishen Lakhiani.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that he does, is basically like he talks you through trying to connect with everything, realizing you're actually all one.
Yeah.
You know, first you think of like your home, and then it explores into your neighborhood, and then your city, and then your country, and then the world. And it kind of makes you feel that you're supposed to feel plants in your neighborhood. Yeah, so I try and connect. Sometimes I get annoyed.
Yeah.
I try and connect to the plants in my
think you're doing
neighborhood.
pretty well. I think you're doing pretty well.
So if someone wanted to be an art collector, where do they start? I know that's
Okay.
like, if you're not used to, do you just collect things and then, or if they want to start collecting art, but they don't
know where to start.
They don't know where to start.
I mean, I think you have to firstly just work out what are you collecting art for. Some people collect art for investment. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Not a way I would ever look at it. I would advise against that.
Okay.
I mean, a financial investment. I wouldn't get involved in that. The art market, this will be shocking to you, but the art market and the art world is totally manipulated, totally controlled by 3 or 4 entities. Don't get involved because you will be eaten by the sharks.
Okay.
Unless you are one of the big boys, don't play.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the investment side of things. If you really want to collect art, buy it for an investment in yourself, right? I.e., it will. Okay. What makes a good or bad painting? Let's just start there, because there's an easy way.
How do you determine, like, when you create something, how do you determine this is worth this much?
It's actually really easy to see if a painting is good or bad now for me.
Okay.
It's quite easy, and I think it's easy for others to see. They just need to realize what the things to look and feel for are. A nice thing is, there's a few different ways, but a nice thing is to look at a painting and to not quite understand, when you look at it, you can't tell where it began and where it ended. You can't, like a lot of this nonsense art we see at the moment, we've seen it for a long time, but all over Miami, it's here, unfortunately, it's everywhere, is that sort of, let's get a picture of Marilyn Monroe, let's get the photograph, paint on top of it, flick some paint on top, write a few words. Terrible.
Okay.
The world's full of that, right?
Yes.
And that, you can see the layers. You can see where it started, the middle and the end. That's not really going to bring anything into your life. Okay. It might make a wall look a bit more vibrant. If you're looking for a wall to look more vibrant, sure, go for that.
Okay.
If you're looking for something to affirm your life a bit more, you shouldn't really be able to tell where it started, the middle or the end, because then it's coming from a slightly different place.
Okay.
It's not coming from this robotic, linear place with stages to layer on top of each other. It's coming from this surrendered state.
Yeah.
And then it can vibrate at a higher frequency. That piece can sit on your wall at home and it will emit an energy.
Wow.
A real painting worth investing in will, firstly, it's living. When I lay paint with pure intention, it vibrates. It really vibrates. You come into my studio, you're like, whoa. It vibrates at this higher frequency. Yeah. So if you have a piece like that in your home, wow. But it has to be, you have to connect with it. Okay. You have to feel it, right?
Yeah.
You can't be told by somebody else, oh, this is great. That's nonsense. And only by art that you love, connect with, inspires you, energizes you, only that you're feeling that. Don't listen to any art consultants, any of the nonsense. Just look at it. Do I like it? Yeah.
Do I feel something?
Yeah, I do. Okay, I'll look longer. I'll feel more. Do I not like it? I'll walk away. Should I like it? Oh God, am I stupid? Do I not understand it? No, you're not stupid. You're just not connecting with it.
Yeah.
And that's not you. That's the piece in you. The relationship's not there. So don't question yourself and think that you are not enough, which a lot of people do. They go in a gallery and they're like, oh, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Don't look at it like that. So that's really the way. Buy art because it connects with you. You connect with it. it's organic, it's breathing, it's living. It will change every day. Like your home has this environment, right? But
yeah.
if you have these, often like I'll create a piece for somebody in their home and the home's beautiful, right? And then the work goes on that wall and suddenly the entire room of whatever it is, 300, 400 square foot room,
Yeah.
the whole energy of that room
Changes.
changes. And they tell me that and they feel it and I feel it and it's beautiful when it happens. That's what you need in a work of art, nothing less.
Right.
Don't settle for anything less.
Okay.
It should emit an energy that changes your entire environment for the better.
Yeah.
And it should change every single day with you. Then it's worth having.
Wow.
Otherwise, don't bother.
That's so beautiful.
Otherwise, go to IKEA and
Yeah,
buy like
get
a
something.
poster, right?
Well, the thing is, I guess this whole notion of like going to an art gallery, I guess a lot of people feel a little bit pressured because they feel
Yeah.
like they need to know certain terminologies.
But the art market does that purposely to you.
Like
It's
like
full
a
of smoke and
highbrow.
mirrors.
But you're like, well, I like this or
Yeah.
I don't like this, but you're not sure, will it be frowned upon? Like, am I
Yeah.
meant to like it? Or,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So I
That-
think sometimes it's like, it would be so much easier if those stereotypes weren't there,
Yeah, I agree. But the art world has done that purposely because a lot
Right.
of this stuff is nonsense.
Yeah.
A lot of it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
Intrinsically, the value is so low. How is it suddenly $20 million?
Yeah.
It's like, what the? They have to create this, right?
Yeah.
So it's smoke and mirrors, but that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Some of it is really special. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at the work of Vincent van Gogh.
Yes.
You look at the work of Gauguin, Toulouse-Lautrec, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Cézanne,
Yeah.
Gorky, de Kooning. These guys, my God, they painted with, just the most beautiful things came out of these guys.
Yeah.
And you go to museums like Musée d'Orsay in Paris and you see this work and you feel it. It can elevate you. It can transcend. It's so powerful. It's so beautiful. It's just sad that, the last 30 years, the art world's just been full of a lot of nonsense. And
Yeah.
luckily it's changing again and a lot more women now,
Yeah.
which is so important for painting particularly because they paint from a different place. And painting's really coming back, real good stuff,
Yeah.
thank God. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's been rubbish for a while.
Right. And you're right. I feel like women have this femininity, kind of this softness also that they can
They're a bit
kind of
more
bring.
honest.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Yeah, women are more honest.
Do you think a lot of men paint for, I don't want to say business, but it's,
They paint from ego. That's the issue. Women not so much. Women paint from a place of softness. What's the word? Insecurity,
Yeah.
questioning, and that's a better place to paint from.
Yeah.
Men can paint from bravado and ego. The interesting thing is, my daughter asked me, my older one asked me the other day, and she said, I'm thinking of becoming an artist. What do you think? She's 16.
Right.
And she's so good.
Wow.
Like, wow. But I have these other options,
Yeah.
which are more stable and
Yes.
safe. And I said, babe, the only thing you need to know, and this goes for everything. She said, what is it that you need to be an artist at that level? And like I was saying before, you don't want to aspire to be an artist, number one.
Okay.
You need to focus on how you live your life, and then maybe every now and then something will spill out of you on that journey.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes an artist eventually is having a balance, a perfect balance between audacity and humility.
Wow.
If you have too much audacity, forget it.
Okay.
If you have too much humility, forget it. The voice, the expression, the thing that can be put out there that has poignancy in our world
Yeah.
can only sit with that balance of audacity and humility, and it has to be exactly in balance. Sometimes we do this or this, and the work is not there.
Wow.
So, and she understood it, which I loved. She's only 16. She really got it. She's
Amazing.
like, wow, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Because she's too humble. She doesn't have that audacity yet.
Right.
And that develops. But then if
She needs to get jaded a little bit more.
she needs
from the
to,
world.
yeah. And it's that balance.
Wow.
And I think that's the thing, like we're talking about the men-women thing. Men is from ego, from audacity, that type of vibe.
Yeah.
You need the balance.
Is it difficult to differentiate, creating art for business or like for money? Have you ever had that struggle? And is it a bit of a struggle?
Yeah. It's quite early on. It was weird, my journey. I was never going to be an artist. I was like, you can't be an artist, right? When is this? The early 80s. No, mid 80s, let's say.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really be an artist, okay? So I definitely didn't have that in my mind map. I was playing professional cricket. I was going to play for England. That was I'll play cricket for England. That seems like a cool path. I'm loving it. Why not? And then I was always painting out of necessity, because as a kid, I have got a lot of issues. I've got synesthesia, chronic synesthesia, which is 2 wires in the brain going to the wrong place.
Wow.
And it means your senses are muddled up. So I don't see color. I feel it in waves, vibrational waves. I don't hear music or sound. I see it in waves of color.
Wow.
So all my senses are muddled up. That's synesthesia. That creates, I'm also chronically dyslexic. And as a kid, I was very confused. I couldn't make sense of the world. I couldn't connect with people. I was like, whoa. Because you imagine you're like a 5-6-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And you've got synesthesia and no one really knows what it is. And you're heavily dyslexic. You're like, I just don't understand anything. And the only way that I could connect with the world was when I was painting. When I painted, everything made sense. And I can't explain why or how, but it did. So I painted through necessity. And as I got older, I don't know, what I was 19 maybe, let's say, leaving school, thinking about university, and somehow I got into Oxford to study fine art.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that's cool. I can play cricket there. That's cool. I'll play cricket for Oxford and keep on my professional career. Anyway, and I was painting. And then I put together this body of work and I put it in a gallery. Okay. And the whole collection sold, which is not easy to do. Your first ever show, I don't know, 20 paintings sold within like day 2. Okay. So I was like, okay, that's cool. That gives me money. Didn't really have money as a kid. So I was working like 2-3 different jobs, bars, pubs, restaurants, night porter, cleaner, like those little things, right?
Yeah.
And when I did that show and sold that collection, I got a bunch of money in one hit, right? I was like, whoa. And then I saw that as buying me time. I was like, okay, that buys me 6 months where I don't have to work in the restaurants, the bars, the coffee shops. I can paint in my studio for 6 months. Okay.
As a spare hobby.
Right.
Of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So in the beginning, I kept up a couple of the jobs, but I was like, okay, that buys me time. So then with that time, I created another collection. That sold out. That bought me more time. I did another collection. That sold out. And literally, this is the weirdest thing, but about 7 years in, so I'm like now 26, 27, let's say. And I was doing an interview. Someone asked me, they said, when did you realize you were an artist? And I'm like, what? Shit. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that's
like, I'm an artist.
Wow.
That's the first time I realized. I had no clue I was an artist. I thought I was just painting stuff, getting some money, buying me time to paint some more stuff. And then suddenly I'm like, okay, maybe I am an artist. But it took me another 10 years to really
realize.
say, I'm an artist, to embody the idea of I'm an artist. Because it was something that felt very alien to me and very slightly obnoxious, slightly
Did
like...
your parents try and tell you not to?
Yeah, big time at the beginning, yeah. They were like, what are you doing? Like, big time. So I was playing cricket for Young England. My captain was Andrew Strauss. Then I had Michael Vaughan as my captain. I was playing with Freddie Flintoff, Harmison, Hoggard, Swanee, against Warney, against the Aussies, the Pakistanis, the Indians, against MS Dhoni, like top level.
Right.
Played for Kent, played Young England, and like that was where I was going. And then suddenly I said to my dad, no, I'm going to paint.
You're going to paint,
he was
yeah.
like, what? What?
He's like, hold on, this is not a stable...
Yeah, like, dude,
career.
what are you doing? But yeah, it worked out. But it's weird. Yeah.
Wow. What has been the most expensive art that you've sold?
Well, there's been a few. One is like a private one, which was a huge amount, like near the 100 million.
Dollars.
Yeah, that was a charitable thing. That was private. That was a pretty big deal. You had the 62 million, which was the one in here.
Yes, the Journey
of Humanity. You had, I did the piece for the moon, which was a big deal.
Yes.
I mean, there's been a few. There's been a few around the 10 million mark, let's say.
Okay.
But most of my work is $4 million, but big, huge things, not little.
Right. Like that big.
Yes, but yeah, maybe that big. You're looking, maybe it might be $6 million, let's say.
Okay.
But most would be more the 3, 4.
Okay.
And so these big numbers that you see, they're very rare. They're not,
right.
It's not like regular.
Can I ask you a strange question? Has anyone been like, I don't like it?
What? If I do a commission?
Yeah.
Yes, I used to do 2 commissions a year.
Okay.
So a collection, what I do, I create a collection because I'm this weird, like, what's the word? Well, I'm heavily dyslexic, ADHD. I'm massively on the autism scale. So I have all these things, right?
So inspiring.
It's weird, right? So I'm quite obsessed with numbers. And from the second exhibition ever, I don't know why, but actually I do know why. I think it was because of the size of my studio, but I decided a collection would be 12 paintings. That's it. It's been the same ever since the last 26 years. A collection is 12 paintings.
Okay.
That collection will take me 2 years to finish, 12 paintings. Some of those paintings will take the whole 2 years. Some will be 3-4 months.
Okay.
But by the end of the 2 years, I have a 12-piece collection.
Okay.
And it's always 2 years, and it's always 12 pieces only.
Okay.
Now, most artists are doing 70, 80 paintings a year.
Okay.
A lot are doing 150 paintings a year. I'm doing 12 paintings over a 2-year period. And that's because, firstly, it takes so much out of me to create something. And secondly, I'm painting from this very particular place, this state of surrender, and it's hard to get there, and I'm not always there, whatever. So the collection's 12. And my work, it doesn't sell out first night. It's expensive.
Yes.
But it will go on a tour, normally 3 or 4 countries.
Okay.
Sometimes 5, maybe. And by 6 months, it's sold out.
Okay.
It takes time. It's not boom, first night. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like 6 months. And I like it that way because then the people that buy my work, the main problem is I say no to 99% of people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You say you're just like, I don't like your vibe.
I just say I'm so sorry, but it's not because it's like it's part of me. It's literally part of my soul.
And it's inside their home, their space.
I don't want it with some idiot. That's so important to me.
Wow.
So that's that. But then commissions, I used to do 2 a year only.
Okay.
And now I do 1 a year. That's it.
Right.
I pretty much do 2 full-on charitable projects a year.
Okay.
Big ones, which I put a lot into. And I'll do 1 commission only a year. And that, like you were saying, is someone like, I don't know, recently, George Clooney, actually, recently, I'm doing a piece for for his charity to end homelessness in the UK. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
It's a really exciting cause. They've got DiCaprio involved, Will Smith, but George Clooney is like the figurehead. He came into the charity very early and helped sort of really kick it all off. And I'm creating this piece for him and for that charity at Glen Eagles, actually.
Okay.
And it's at the beginning, I'm terrified, right? I'm like, I don't know where to start. There's expectations. People think they want to see this, and I find that hard, right? So I have to get into this complete state where I'm not pushing it or forcing it, but I'm remaining open, surrendered, and eventually it will flow. It's like eventually it comes, you know? And I have to just have that faith because this piece I've been working on for months and it wasn't coming. It was going wrong. I was forcing it. And I started to panic a bit. And when I got in that state of belief, calm, surrender, it came, and suddenly it's so beautiful.
Amazing.
So I don't really mind what the reaction is. I don't really get affected by other people's opinions on my work because I'm not really painting for them. I'm painting for the journey and because I believe in it. And I won't put anything out into the world unless I fully 100% believe in it.
Do they ask to only see it at the end? Like, do
they
you allow
can
people
only see it at the end.
At the end, better rather than
Doesn't
be like,
matter what they ask. They will only see it at the end.
end.
Yeah.
That's so good because, you don't want, people can clutter your mind.
Oh my God. When I was young artist, people would get involved early.
And they're like, oh, make it more like this and more like this.
Now it's like, dude, just back off.
You're like, I'll let you know if I want my art in your home.
Right. But you have to be like that as an artist. That's the way around. It's got to be. But not through ego.
Okay.
Through integrity, through conviction.
Yeah.
That's where it has to come from.
Wow. So you paint, a lot of your work has to do with humanity, empathy. Has that changed over the years? Like, what are your thoughts on humanity now?
I'm not going to answer that, Maz, because that would be a dissertation and we'd be here for like 5 hours. But yeah, you're right. It's interesting. My work at the beginning was not about humanity in any way.
Yeah.
It wasn't really about love or empathy. It's that journey I've been on, it's like, there's a few reasons. I'll be brief, but one, understanding charity. That's the most important thing. So I've been working in charitable fields. I've raised more money than any other artist in history for charities. I've been working in that field for 27 years now. Must have worked with over 80 different charities around the world.
Right.
You meet some of the best people in the world and some of the worst people in the world in charities. And that's sad, number one.
Yeah.
It's enlightening, number two. But it's been an amazing experience. And I've learned a lot because you meet the worst human beings in charitable entities with personal agendas, with ego, with manipulation, with wanting to give something
for show.
To the world. Yeah. And it's like the worst type of people. Yeah. Okay, fine. What charity is interesting. This is, for me, what I've learned on my journey. So I don't look at charitable work as being altruistic, as being, I'm just giving. For me, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Humans aren't designed like that.
Yeah.
The way it really works is if you do it for selfish reasons, because then it's sustainable.
Yeah.
Okay? But by doing it for selfish reasons, this is what I mean. I realized halfway through my career, I guess, that when I painted normal paintings, whatever, my work was okay. When I connected with a humanitarian cause, my work was awesome. So I was like, okay, I'm going to connect with humanitarian causes because my work's going to be better.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to give, and I made this sort of commitment, and then I created an actual business model on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give 80% of everything I make to different charities around the world.
Wow.
So what most artists do, they work with a gallery, they sign to a gallery, the gallery takes 50%, sometimes 60%. You have 50 or 40%. And they'll do your marketing and they'll do your exhibition, and that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
The problem when you sign to a gallery, you're stuck with that gallery. And they'll control your output and when you create and where you show. And often if they've got 40 artists on their roster, you'll show every 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I need to show when I'm ready to show, when my work's there.
Yeah.
And I want to show to who I want to show with. And I want to build my own relationships with people because I want my collectors to be people I like, I admire. They're the people that need my work.
Yeah.
It can't be a financial transaction.
Okay.
So in that journey, I was like, okay, instead of working with galleries, I'll work with charities. And instead of giving 50% to the gallery, I'll give 80% to the charity because I don't need that amount. I don't need that, right?
Yeah.
Money just buys me time. So if I can do that, then through my work, I'm firstly, and here's the selfish part, I'm meeting people, influential, incredible people, at a very high level. I'm meeting amazing people at a more altruistic level in charitable work, in humanitarian work. I'm getting to go, I spent 5 years visiting the 42 main refugee camps of the world.
Wow.
I met with the kids who'd had everything stripped away from them, war-torn kids from Jordan, from Syria, from Gaza, from Afghanistan, from Sierra Leone, Darfur, Rwanda. That gave me something I could never get from anywhere else. And it gave me purpose, meaning, power, strength, clarity, energy. These are all for me. That's selfish. But that's then sustainable. Yeah. I can then do that forever. And I think that's how you give more to the world.
Yeah.
When you're honest about it, when it's sustainable. And the reason that made it sustainable was that by giving that 80%, I'm building these relationships, I'm having these amazing experiences, and I'm painting so much more meaningful work that I believe in.
Yeah.
That enables me to keep painting. That's all I want to do.
Wow. What do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, wow, right? I haven't really thought about it yet.
Because it's still out there.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still there. And
yeah, hopefully.
You need the vessel to go.
I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah. You're putting your legacy out every single day with, your paintings around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the legacy I would love is just like someone who connected through energy.
Yeah.
Someone who's probably very misunderstood by 90% of people who, because people make these evaluations.
Yeah.
And someone who learnt to understand how to love without ego and without agenda.
Amazing.
That would be the best legacy I could ever have.
So I ask everyone on Success Decoded to give some sort of message to people who are struggling. Maybe they're not in a good place in their life. Maybe they feel a little bit stuck. And I feel like art is such a beautiful way of connecting. What would be your message to someone if they are struggling, they're not where they want to be right now?
That's so difficult because it totally depends who they are, what work they're doing. Are we talking about someone who's really in a bad way, in a war-torn zone, part of the world where buildings are blowing up next to them in Beirut? Or are we talking about someone who's lost their job in London at a bank? So, there's
it varies.
There's some differences going on. I think, God, I can't possibly give advice on a broad
spectrum.
Yeah.
What if someone feels stuck right now? If they feel stuck in life, like they've just lost their job in this period.
I understand. So, it's a weird bit of advice to give, okay? Yes. But the starting point needs to be gratitude. It sounds later, but it's true. The only starting point to any problem that you have is gratitude. If you get in this state of complaining and this happened because of this and I'm here because of that, and that state of mind, then you are becoming a victim to things that have been put on you, and you will never get out, ever.
Yeah.
If you start from a place of gratitude where you are grateful for what you have, okay, you may not have that, but you've got this.
Yeah. Be
grateful for that. Out of that gratitude, things grow. It's the same. It sounds like a naff thing to say, but it's the same as, a nurtured soil or a nurtured plant. Or you go down to the root to find where it can flourish from. It's all about what the root is absorbing. Yeah. It's not about what the petals are doing at the top. It's what the root's absorbing. The only way to do that is through a point of gratitude. So first you have to be grateful for whatever little bits you have.
Yeah.
From there, you can then accept or be in a place to accept what the universe will give you.
Yeah.
If you're not in that state of gratitude, the universe, you will never receive, ever.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first thing, and it's so true. Like most people may be like, dude, no way. It's true, believe me, because I've gone on that journey. I don't talk about anything that I don't know about, like really know about through experience. So that's the first thing. From that state of gratitude, you can come out of that place. Yeah. Definitely. Because you start seeing everything differently. You start understanding that every word you speak, every moment you have, every interaction you have is an opportunity to emit an energy into our world. If you understand that, you will focus on emitting that energy into our world. Yeah. That will spread light. those lights will shine and the universe will start changing your situation without question. That's what happens. But the other thing that you have to do is reconnect your inner child. If you really are lost, reconnect your inner child, find who that person is, find her or his essence.
Yeah.
She'll talk to you. She'll get you back where you need to be, because normally you're in that state because you have a lack of clarity and you have confusion and you have those fears, and the fear is taking over those parts of the brain. And what you need to do is find that clarity to alleviate those things, where you can really accept the gifts that are being sent to you, but
And
you're
see them.
not seeing them.
Did you ever go through a period in your life where you were struggling?
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah.
I feel like all artists kind of
God, yeah.
have to go through it.
Loads and loads.
Really?
It's interesting. It's like, you know, everything you say to yourself, you know, even things you say in your head, these are the realities that you will create around you. There's no question of that. It can be proven scientifically. It's not like some weird spiritual nonsense. It's pure science.
Yeah.
So, you know, you look at when you talk in a certain way to water, the crystals in the water that change. You know, it's like all these things. Our body is 90% water.
Yeah.
These things change. We are made of energy.
Yeah.
Our energy comes from the sun. Every part of Earth's existence is energy from the sun. It's incredible how they interlock, how we're made of stars, how these incredible things that 90% of us ignore, which is weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think when I've got in those darker states, I've found something quite important, the thing that's helped me get out. And I worked with Mr. Mandela for the last 4 years of his life. Most inspiring 4 years of my life, obviously. And I ran part of his children's fund in Joburg and Cape Town. Unbelievable. Got to see him nearly every day. Did like amazing stuff with him.
Amazing.
And he taught me a lot. He taught me one important thing. He was incarcerated for 24 years, as you know, in a cell this big. And it was like the most outrageous thing ever, right?
Crazy.
But found a way to embrace his captives when he came out. Found a way to
Forgive them.
reconnect an entire country.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, right? He stopped the biggest civil war in history.
Yeah.
Single-handedly through forgiveness. Unbelievable. Compared to what we've got going on now, that
So
man,
much hate,
unbelievable. So he taught me that, which is what he recited over and over again in that cell. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. It doesn't matter what you do to me, what you say to me. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. Beautiful. Part of a poem that he recited.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, from the darkness comes the light. If we can remind ourselves, humans have become incredibly self-important.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously so. That's when things go wrong. If we can remind ourselves how small we are.
Yeah.
We are the tiniest speck in the universe.
Yeah.
Within many universes. We are a moment. We are nothing. If we can embrace how small we are, if we can understand how small we are, we can embrace humility and we can become truly great.
Yeah.
And he really helped me to embody that, not to sort of preach it, but to embody it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between doctrination, reading stuff, being preached to, and embodying something, because then the molecules inside you actually change.
Wow.
You're no longer having to be something.
Or prove yourself.
You are. And it's molecular.
Yeah.
It's scientific. It's beautiful. It's powerful. It gives you clarity.
Yeah.
And nothing can hurt you. So that's like, I don't know if that's an answer to something.
No, it
or
is.
What.
It's incredible.
No.
Sacha, I feel so light.
Oh, that's cool. Or heavy.
No. I can't tell.
The two are similar. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
The light and the
It's
darkness.
intense, but it's also like light.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
So it's been such an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I could talk to you for hours.
Thank you,
So
Maz.
interesting and so spiritual and beautiful and honestly amazing.
Thanks so much.
You embody Success Decoded.
Dude, thanks so much.
So good,
Great to see
really.
you.
Thank you so much, Sacha.
Bless
It's
you.
such a pleasure.